Well, another day and still no progress on how to avoid $85 billion in automatic cuts in federal spending due to kick in after tomorrow. Just a few hours ago, the Senate killed the last two legislative options standing between Congress and those cuts. At this point, a deal seems unlikely, so those forced cuts to government agencies now seem inevitable. In fact, most House members are leaving town tonight, heading home for the weekend.
We've done our work. They've not done theirs. The House shouldn't have to pass a third bill to replace the sequester before the Senate passes one.
Governor Rick Scott wrote the president a letter saying, in part, quote, "If your administration fails to do its job to responsibly manage the budget, thousands of Floridians will lose their jobs," end quote. Our James Jackson is live in St. Petersburg, where the governor is just wrapping up an event. So, James, what else is he saying about that looming deadline?
Well, Linda, we just asked the governor about those budget cuts. He says lawmakers need to be held accountable. Tonight, many people, including the elderly, are afraid of what's going to happen. The two things George Duane looks forward to the most every day are reading the paper and his Meals on Wheels delivery.
Knees are going, my hands don't bend open, and I can't sit there and cook a meal.
But the Neighborly Care Network in Pinellas County, which pays for Meals on Wheels, faces steep government budget cuts. CEO Deborah Shade says the group stands to lose $200,000. 100 people wouldn't get food delivered anymore.
Some of the services are easier to replace, but some are not. Meals on Wheels is one of those services.
The cuts don't stop there. Shade says the organization could also lose $687,000 from state spending reductions. Adult daycare and transportation would also take a hit.
Transportation will be hit phenomenally. 50 trips a day. 50 people that we take to their doctor's office, the laboratory, the dialysis, the cancer centers, the grocery stores.
We asked Governor Rick Scott about the cuts.
We want to take care of families in our state. The federal government needs to do their job, and the sequestration makes no sense.
Meanwhile, the Neighborly Care Network will try to find other funding sources. George Duane says the budget cuts are unfair.
Just wouldn't be right for somebody to cut that out. It hurt them.
Now, we pressed the governor about the budget issues, but that was the only answer that he would give us. Now, tomorrow, some lawmakers in Washington are scheduled to meet with President Obama at the White House to see if any last-minute deal can be reached. Reporting live from Pinellas County, I'm James Jackson, ABC Action News.